Hey everyone, this is Cubrage here. Thank you for tuning in again to one of my reviews. This week I'm going to go ahead and touch base on a game that I got done with it a few weeks ago, and it's the name of it. Well, the game's name is Infamous, and there's a lot of glare there. Hold on. Basically, it's a game, third-person style type, one single player, whatever you want to call it. Anyhow, it's a pretty fun game. It's made by a studio called RockSteady Studios. RockSteady Studios is responsible for games like Serious Sam, which came out a few years ago for, I believe, the PlayStation 2 system, and it's also a computer-based game, so there you have it. Real quick, I'm going to try to sum this up because I can blab and blab and blab, and I apologize about that, so I'll try to make it short and sweet. The synopsis of the game. The game is you play a courier by the name of Cole. Cole is a delivery person, and he does not know that he is carrying a bomb on him. So what happens, of course, he winds up destroying a good portion of the city. Now, within a few days, which this is actually pretty funny, it's pretty much chaos ensues within a matter of days here, because it winds up that the city is quarantined, drug dealers turn into mutant monsters, and you are granted the ability of electrical-based powers. And on top of that, the whole city hates your guts, including your love interest, because she pretty much thinks that you are responsible, for killing all these people, and one of her loved ones. So that's pretty much a fun start to the game right there. Because you do start off with a pretty much bad reputation, there's a choice factor in the game. Choice factor meaning that you can go ahead and you're given opportunities to either help the citizens of Empire City, or you can go ahead and go the bad guy route and instill fear and pretty much own the city if you want to. But you're not really owning the city. See, this is kind of like the irritating part, because even if you choose bad guy, you're still fighting the bad guys. And on top of that, you have the citizens throwing rocks at you. So, but, flip the coin over, and I actually went ahead and did hero mode. Hero mode, you actually have the citizens helping you out to a level. They're only throwing rocks and bottles at the bad guys, which can help you, but at the same time, you have to be careful not to kill the citizens while you're trying to go ahead and kill the bad guys. Because there are certain points of the games, and this is actually a couple. I'll start off with what a couple of bad things about the game is. There's certain missions that are time based. And on top of it being time based, you have to pretty much conquer an obstacle course, which is from one building, top of building, to another, to another, to another. Now, the whole thing about Cole is that whenever he jumps from one rooftop to the other, if there's like a water tower or a pole or a rod or something, he's just gonna grab onto it, and that to me is just ugh. I have only 10 seconds to go from point A to point B. Stop grabbing an effing pole. On the same effect, if you are being overwhelmed by a bunch of enemies and you feel like you can't take them on, if you have to run away, you can't just jump and run. He jumps off a building, he automatically is like grabbing the side of it, and meanwhile these guys are capping you in the legs and ass and all this other stuff. So you wind up dying, which is another frustrating part of the game. So let's turn it around and go to the good parts of the game. The animation, the character development is beautiful. I love you actually have a sense of understanding to the characters. You don't feel like you can't relate to them. To a certain point you can. The only annoying character I don't like is his sidekick. He has like this trashy accent, and it's just god awful horrible. The actor isn't very strong. The voice actor isn't very strong behind it, but the plot of the storyline is actually pretty good. The ending of the game is fantastic. It's kind of like an M. Night kind of ending to it, because it's like, ooh, what a twist. So that was actually a pretty fun part to me too. It's various missions, so there's no kind of repetitiveness to the game. Once you go from one part of the city to the other, it's not like you're fighting the same villains in different costumes. There are actually many different not many different. There's a good variety of style of villains in here. Some are kind of boring, some are downright annoying as hell. So, all in all, I'd give this game about maybe a 7.5 out of a possible 10. The only kind of thing, like I said, the only things about it that I didn't like was a couple of the voice acting parts, and the how the mechanics and the navigation of the main character. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just type away and leave them for me. And of course leave feedback. I always want to know how I'm doing, good or bad, what I should work on. So I will probably be coming back to you in a few more days. The Wolfman is coming out, so I'm dying to see that one. I'm a big Universal Studios fan. Of course, I'm a big horror fan. So you put those two together, and I'm in hog heaven. So I will see you in a few more days with my review of The Wolfman. Thank you, guys, and you have a good night. And where's the stop button? There.